What's up, everybody? It's Julian Gordon here, and today I want to share a valuable lesson that I learned from my lunch. Today I went out and got some pizza at my favorite spot, and I buy pizza by the slice here in New York, and the reason why is because my wife is lactose intolerant. So when I get pizza, it's just me eating it, so I'm not buying a whole pie. But when you look at the way they price pizza, if you can get a small pie for $12 and they cut it into 8 slices, and 8 slices at $12 is $1.50 a slice. But when you actually go in and you just buy it by the slice in the way that I do, then you're actually paying $2.50 per slice, right? Paying $2.50. So on a pizza that they sell by the slice, they are making $20, whereas if they just sell the whole pie, they're making $12. And the only difference is that when somebody buys a whole pie, you're only dealing with one client or one customer. Whereas when somebody is buying by the slice, you may be dealing with anywhere probably from 4 to 8 different customers. And so think about your skills in the same way. Many of us, I said this before, many of us are selling our skills at Costco wholesale prices to our employers. We're selling our skills and our time at Costco wholesale prices. And when something is wholesale, right, you actually are paying less for it. You're paying less for it because you're getting it in bulk. And that's how many of us are navigating our careers and the way we think about salary. And I always challenge people to think of their employer, especially even if you're an employee, think of yourself as an entrepreneur, right? An employee is an entrepreneur who only has one big client, and that big client is their employer. And because you only have one big client, and you're actually vulnerable. Because if that one big client leaves you, what ends up happening to all your revenues? Not income, revenues. Remember that. What happens to all your revenues if one client leaves you? It's gone. All of it's gone. And so we need to diversify. For past generations, it was really about, they use diversification in terms of stocks. I get all my revenues from one source, which is my job, and then I try to diversify that in stocks, and I have no clue who's managing my stocks. I know this guy named Charles Schwab is managing my stocks, right? I can't even call him though, right? And so that's how past generations thought about security. For our generation, I think it's a little bit different. Not even a little bit different, it's a lot different. We find security by having multiple streams of revenue. Multiple streams of revenue. So if one stream of revenue gets cut off, what ends up happening? I'm still afloat because I have multiple streams. If one stream gets cut off, but I have 6 streams, then I'm good. And so those streams for you could be not only your main hustle, which is your job, but it could also be real estate. You could have income property. You could have a consulting business. You could have a coaching practice using your existing gifts, talents, strengths, and skills. And so just like the pizza, selling it by the slice, we need to break up our skills a little bit, right? And sell them actually in individual slices because we'll be able to command more in the marketplace. The pizza sold by the slice actually costs 66% more to the customer than it does when you buy it by the pie. And oftentimes, again, when we are selling our skills and our time to our employer, we're selling it at wholesale prices. And I just think there's a huge opportunity out there for you to slice up the skills that you are selling to your employer. Say, which of these skills, these 4 skills that I'm selling to my employer on a daily and weekly basis, which of these skills is most valuable, and who else in the world would value them that I could go access right now and sell them to, right? Because when you do that, you won't be charging them what you're getting paid by your employer. You'll be charging them more, perhaps even 66% more in the same way when you think about the pizza, right? And so I just wanted to make that example. I've talked about Costco in your career, right? Selling your time and your skills at wholesale before, but I just wanted to share that kind of metaphor and that analogy in hopes that it may help you think about how you are selling your time and your skills a little bit differently. There are ways for you to cut up and slice up your skills and actually sell them at higher prices to smaller companies, startup companies, nonprofit organizations that would value the same thing that you're doing for your employer, quote unquote, full time. Again, this is Julian Gordon, wishing you the best, wishing you more happy hours, and I will talk to you soon. Peace.